here at the Puppy Preschool. This is my puppy assistant, Franklin, and what Franklin and I are working on right now is introducing Franklin to a walking harness. So I wanted to take this opportunity to show you how to properly introduce a harness and also talk a little bit about why it's so important to use a walking harness with your puppy. So we recommend you walk your puppy on a harness to prevent what we call a cycle of reinforcement. And what that means is your puppy will try behaviors when they are little, and then based on whether they achieve what they wanted out of that behavior or not, that behavior will either be repeated and get stronger, or it will drop out of the puppy's repertoire. So in this case, the behavior in question is walking forward, so pulling against a collar on a tight leash. So your puppy, of course, is small right now and light, probably, and so pulling is not such a big deal right now. But the problem is, every time the puppy pulls and you walk forward, you are reinforcing that moment of pulling. So puppy wants to walk forward, they pull on the end of their leash, you go forward. So they learn very quickly that pulling is a really effective strategy to get what they want, which is forward motion. So by the time they get bigger and they're heavier and pulling becomes a problem, they already have this really big history of pulling being a really effective method to get what they want. That's where the walking harness comes in. The walking harness will actually physically prevent your puppy from pulling, so you don't get that cycle of reinforcement. So even though right now your puppy is small and light and the pulling might not be a big deal, by walking them on a harness, you just don't ever let them even learn that pulling is an effective strategy. So when they get bigger, as you are teaching other things like a loose leash walk and a heel and things like that, you're not fighting against that cycle of reinforcement. So if you would like to use a walking harness, the important thing about it is that it needs to be a harness where the leash attaches on the front of the chest. So if you use a harness that attaches on the back, that doesn't provide any pulling control at all. The two brands that we recommend are either a Wonder Walker, which we sell here at the Dog Spot, or an Easy Walk harness. Both of these brands you should be able to find at most pet stores, or you can find them online. They're both excellent brands. They're both reasonably priced, and we like them both. We prefer the Wonder Walker because it's a local company, and so that's what we carry here. Okay, this is what it looks like, and there's a couple of things to keep in mind. On the Wonder Walker, there's always a color up at the top, and there's also a little tag here that says Wonder Walker. That color, or the tag, always goes on top of your puppy's back. So when you are fitting, you want to make sure that the color is on the top. Okay, now what I'm going to do, because I want Franklin to enjoy wearing his harness, is I'm going to take this opportunity and show him that putting a harness on creates wonderful things. Sometimes puppies don't like things being placed over their heads. Lots of adult dogs don't enjoy that. So we can really take this opportunity to teach Franklin that something going on over his head is wonderful. So the way I'm going to do that is I have a nice tasty treat right here. I'm going to hold my harness open like this, put the treat on this side, and then stick my hand right through the harness and feed Franklin that treat. Now as he's eating it, I gently slip the harness over his head, and then as it goes over, the harness is all the way on. Good job, buddy. And then I just take it off. So I'm not even trying to clip it yet. Okay, same thing. Come forward so they can see you better. Okay, so treat right through the neck hole, and then as he eats it, it just goes right over his head, and then I deliver it. Good boy. And then off it goes. So what I'm doing is I'm creating an association for Franklin, a pairing between two things. I am creating the pairing that something going over your head means that you're getting a treat. Hey you. I can't put it over your head if you're sitting on my lap. What's this? What's this? What's this? Hi. Good boy. Very nice. Good job. And off it goes. So we want to spend just a little bit of time just showing him that even it going on over his head is a wonderful thing. Good boy. And off it goes. Okay, once we get a little bit of practice with that, then we're going to clip it. So over the head it goes, so with the treat. The strap goes underneath his little armpits, and then it clips on the side. Oh. And then as soon as I clip, I'm going to pull another treat out and feed it to him. And then off it goes. Good boy. Okay, then we're going to repeat the same thing. beginning, really teaching your puppy that the harness going on creates all kinds of positive things, then they won't mind wearing it. Now, once it's on and you're ready to go for your walk, make sure you attach the leash in the center of their chest. So there's a ring here that you can do that with. You're going to go for your walk. You're going to prevent that cycle of pulling reinforcement. And then when you get home, make sure you take it off of your puppy. Don't let your puppy wear it around the house because it's very easy for puppies to get their mouths into the leg straps and chew it right off of themselves. And they are expensive and you don't want to have to buy multiple ones. If you commit right in the very beginning to only walking your puppy on a walking harness while you are teaching other things like loose leash walking and heeling, you will really save yourself a lot of work having to break that cycle of reinforcement. If you have any questions or you would like your puppy to be fitted for a harness here, please just let us know and we can help you out.